Now we begin our study of the 15th chapter. This 15th chapter is called what? What's the title of the 15th chapter? Purushottama Yoga. Purushottama means what? Uttama Purusha. The highest being. Parama Purusha. Supreme reality. Purushottama. In the 13th chapter, we studied that every being, regardless of its nature, is a composite of two aspects, two dimensions. One is the material aspect, which is called what? Kshetra. And a spiritual aspect, which is called Kshetrajna. These are at our level, Vyashti level, detail level. So many different beings we see. But in the ultimate sense, all of these duality, multiplicity, converges and culminates in one ultimate reality called Purushottama or Parabrahman or Paramatma. Uttama Purushastvanyah Paramatme Tyudavritaha. Like this we are going to study. In the same idea comes in the 15th chapter. Only the names are different. The names are different. When we come to those verses, we will know the names. Individual being, all of us are individual beings, not only human beings, animals and plants and inanimate objects included. And supreme reality, in the ultimate sense they are one and the same, that one appears as the many from this platform, human platform. But if you rise and go into Samadhi, then all the multiplicity disappear. That's what the people who had experience are saying. We have to get experience. And only absolute consciousness, pure consciousness is experienced. That's the one. That idea comes in the 15th chapter also, but the names are a little bit different. Now, in the 13th chapter, the one verse that, one of the several verses I wanted you to make a special note of, chapter 13, verse 26. Every time I get an opportunity, I go back to that verse. There are some verses in the Gita which have to be studied and reflected upon again and again. No matter how many times you go back and study them, still they are very significant. Their significance is so great. So, chapter 13, Shloka 26. What is the Shloka? Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavarajangamam kshetra kshetrajna samyogat tadviddhi bharatashabha. Whatever is there, yavat sanjayate, yavat kinchit, whatever is there has taken birth, has begun to exist. Sattva means object. Whatever object has existed or is now existing or it may come into existence later. It is made up of two aspects. Where it is sthavara, staying put like a tree, and a mountain does not move. Jangama means moving, animals and people. Kshetra, kshetrajna, samyoga. Samyoga means combination, union of two parts. Kshetra part, kshetrajna part. Kshetra part is the physical, material part of our personality, which is visible to the five sense organs. We can touch it and feel it, etc. And the kshetrajna is the spiritual part within us, which is too sukshma, subtle to be seen by the eyes. It is there. That's what enables the physical body to function, but it cannot be seen like other objects in this world. Kshetrajna, the knowing principle. Jna means knowing. Like Shastrajna, knower of the Shastras. That besides these two, there is Paramatma at the highest level. Paramatma is the samashti level. Samashti means totality. like a pyramid. Small things are there, every beings, animals, plants and everything, people. And they all converge into one spiritual reality called Purushottama or Paramatma. Paramatme tuda uttama Purushasvanya Paramatme tuda vrataha. So that is the picture we get in the 15th chapter. The 15th chapter begins with a very interesting imagery. Imagery of a tree. This universe, this physical universe is in some way comparable to a tree. In what way it is comparable to a tree? A tree only in one way. It is not like a tree. In one respect only it resembles a tree. A tree has this feature of being one at the trunk and many at the top. You take any tree, only one trunk is there, no matter how big the tree at the top. But all the branches and sub-branches and small branches and twigs and leaves and fruits and flowers, everything, that so many different things are there. What happens to all of them? If you trace their origin, they all converge, culminate in the trunk. So the tree is one entity at the trunk level and many entities at the top level. But how many trees are there? Only one tree you are looking at a time. So this universe is like that. You are looking at the multiplicity perspective right now. You're seeing so many different people, and in other parts of the world, so many different countries. They all appear differently. Different races, different nationalities, different languages, different appearance, different habits, food and language, everything is different. And besides people, animals and plants are there. So many things are there. Many. What's what we are seeing right now? Our view is like looking at the top of the tree. But if you go deeper into our personality, any one personality, if you go deep, where does it culminate? Culminate in one Paramatman's dwelling within us all. Same Paramatman is dwelling within all, one dwelling in many. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu ishtantam parameshwaram. In which chapter it comes? Second chapter it comes or what? 13th chapter. Oh, very good. 13, 27. Sarveshu bhuteshu, in all the beings, any living beings, inanimate beings, any person, good person, bad person, wicked person, child, female, male, regardless. Only one reality dwells in all of them. Samam tishtantam parameshwara is dwelling in us all. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hrideshe Arjuna tishtati. In the 18th chapter, Sri Krishna is going to say same thing again. So because the ideas are so important, they keep coming again and again, so that we can imbibe them, understand them, and get them experience their truths. That's why repetition is necessary. Now we begin with the imagery of a tree. Multiplicity at one level and unity at the other level. So because we are different at the level at which we are perceiving, I am saying everybody as a different person. It does not mean that's the only way. We all converge into our spiritual nature, which becomes one Paramatma. One like that. Truly that is the only one, but appears as many. So that very interesting imagery comes in the other scriptures also. Mahabharata also, it comes other places also, Kathopanishad also, it comes that you study. So let us go to the first sloka. We will take important slokas and study this chapter 15. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulamadasyakam Ashvattam Prahuravvyayam Chandamsi yasya parnani Yastam Veda Saveda. Those people who know Jnanis, they say Ashvattam. Ashwatam avyayam prahuhu. Ashwata is tree, people tree. Avyayam means imperishable. It's always there. World is always there. We keep changing. Everything in the world changes, but as a whole entity it is there. It may not always be there in the same way. Sometimes it goes into avyakta form, unmanifest form, all the names and form dissolve, but it is there in a seed form. And after some time it comes back into manifest form. So that is the evolution that we are told in our scriptures. It's not a one-time phenomenon. Now in what state we are now? In the manifest state. We're all there, different people are there. But at the end of this cycle of creation, what happens? Everything goes back into unmanifest state. That we studied in the earlier chapter. Avyaktadini bhutani yaktamadhyani bharata avyakta nidananyeva tatraka paridevanam. Long time ago the sloka came. So in the manifest state, this tree-like appearance it can be seen in the universe. Many at the top level, one at the ground level. Supposing you have a 5th floor office in your high-rise office building. You're a chief executive, so you get an office with a window view outside. Otherwise you will be in the cubicle somewhere inside. Window view. You open the window, glass window, you see the top of a magnolium tree. 5th floor. You see the top view there. What you see? View of multiplicity. So many branches and leaves and flowers and squirrels and bees and butterflies, birds, building nests and everything. That's what you see from your office window if you look out. But if you go down to the ground level and go outside the building and stand in front of the tree, what will you see? One trunk. It is one at one level, many at another level. Different perspectives. One perspective shows you it is one trunk. Only one trunk, no matter how big the tree is. Top level, if you go, view of multiplicity, so many different things. So we are like that. At this level, we are of many. What we are saying is the view of multiplicity. I am separate, you are separate, he is separate, she is separate. We try to find out differences. I speak this language, he speaks that language. I eat this kind of food, he eats this kind of food. So we try to find differences. Instead of finding commonality, which is the Bhagavan within us is the only common thing. Body is all different. So, this is the reality. One at one level, many at different level. But how many trees are there? Only one tree. Whole universe is only one. Appearances are not always accurate. Appears differently. Urdhamulam, adashakam. Shaka means branches. Mula means root. The tree is inverted because it is a convention. When we talk about God, we do our hand like this. Oh, it is all His will. Bhagavan Ji, Sri Ram Ji ki kripa, like this, wherever hand go, so we don't say Bhagavan Ji ki kripa. We never say that one. As if only He is the top of the sky, He is not in the ground. It's a convention. Urdhamula madashakam ashwattam pavaravyayam, imperishable. Yasya parnani chandamsi. The imagery description continues up to some level. Parna means leaves. Chandamsi, the Vedas. Chandas means meter in poetry. Chandas also means, Chandamsi means Vedas, scriptures. Chandamsi yasya parnani. Yastam Veda, he who knows the truth about this, he is a knower. If you don't know the truth, we think the multiplicity is the only reality. We don't even never say the unity, and we simply struggle and fight. The moment there are two, then difference of opinion comes. The moment we see multiplicity, that differences will come. I am separate, you are separate. We find so many ways to count the differences between ourselves and other people. We have to go beyond the view of multiplicity and get a view of the unity that we all unites us spiritually into one ultimate reality, Paramatma. We are all. But the body-mind level, necessarily they have to be different. Everybody has a different body, fortunately. Otherwise it will be a problem. So Avadhuta says, if you are a serious spiritual seeker, you have to practice your sadhana in solitude, only one. Because if you have another person in the company, in the ashrama or in the family, conversation starts. You may agree, even if you agree, don't fight. Still some gossip will, what did you say, what did you do like this, what should we eat for dinner like this, some conversation will come. If there are 3 or 4, then lot of arguments. So if 4 people are there, 10 opinions are there. Nobody agrees with anybody on anything. So he says, if you are a serious spiritual speaker, you should be alone. We should get the reality of one universe, one reality, which is Paramatman, one alone. But we are all different manifestations of the same reality. Then there is a nice shloka in that Avadhuta Gita. The shloka is like this. Vasa means living. Vase bahunam kalaho bhaved varta dvayorapi eka eva charet tasmat kumarya iva kankana. Kumari means a girl. Kankana means bracelet. Just like the bracelets of a Kumari, Vase bahunam kalam. Many people live together in a family or workplace. Many people work together. Everybody different opinion, argument. No, not like this. No, not like this. Like this. It's a common experience. Vase means living together. Bahunam, many people living together. Kalaha means fighting, argument. Bhaved varta dvayorapi. Even if only 2 people are there in a department or in a family, they also argue among themselves. Varta bhaved dvayorapi. They start conversation. Sometimes agreement, sometimes disagreement. Therefore, tasmat eka eva charet. You should move alone in spiritual life. When it comes to spiritual practice, you and God only. There is no third person. You have to do your spiritual practice in solitude. Sri Ramakrishna says, go into solitude, ekanta. Again and again, he emphasizes. Even for a half a day or 1 day, you could go away to some place and meditate and study silently by yourself. If somebody else is there, they will start some conversation. There's a disturbance. Vase bahunam kalaho bhavet varta dvayorapi. If 2 people are there, varta will start, conversation will start. Tasmat eka eva charet. Only one person has to move alone in spiritual life. Kumarya iva kankanaha, like the bangles of a Kumari. So we have to get the view of unity. We already know the multiplicity. We know so many differences are there. We don't have to enumerate them. We are feeling the effect of multiplicity. Disagreement will come if there are 2 people, several people in a family or a workplace. That we already know. We don't want. We want to go above that and discover our spiritual unity. There is a spiritual unity. We combining all of us, including all of us, only one Parameshwara sitting in all of us. Sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam Parameshwaram yaha pashyati saha pashyati. He who sees, we have to see that Parameshwara sitting in all. We have seen enough about the bodies and minds we know. We know the nature of human bodies and minds, always disagreeing, sometimes agreeing, sometimes fighting. That we are fed up with that. We know enough. We don't have to know more about multiplicity. We have to know about the unity that combines us all, that unites us all at the spiritual level. We are all united at the spiritual level. At the worldly level, material level, we are separate. That is how the universe is. To illustrate that, this example of a imagery of a tree is given. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhamulamadash shakham Ashwatham Prahuravvyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavid. Now we choose key shlokas in the 15th chapter because we did it once and also it takes a lot of time, so I want to focus on the key shlokas in this verse. Because of this apparent multiplicity and the reality is that we are united, we are all one. On the spiritual level, we are not many, we are one. We have to experience that oneness of all. That's what happens in Samadhi. In Samadhi, whole world will disappear. All the multiplicity will go away, only Paramatman is there. Even the I am seeing Paramatman is also goes away in the Vita Samadhi. I is also not there, only Paramatman remains. All the I, you, he, she, it and everything is only at the physical, material level, empirical level, worldly level. At the spiritual level, only he remains. That experience we have to get. That is the goal of life. That goal is mentioned in the 4th shloka. We got to skip the shloka number 4. Tata padam tat parimargitavyam Yasmin gata nanivartanti bhuyaha Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye Yatah pravritti prasrita purani Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam Yasmin gata nanivartanti bhuyaha Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye Yatah pravritti prasrita purani We have to seek that one Paramatman from whom this whole multiplicity has evolved. If you remain only at this level, all our lives, I am separate, you are separate, this is good, that is bad, and like this, then that is not the highest goal. We have to go deep and discover that spiritual unity which shows us all of us are one. Only one Paramatman is there. Many jivas are there, but one Paramatman is there. So we have to, that's the goal of life, very important. Parimargitavyam. Parimargana means search, inquire, go after, go for. Tatah padam, tat padam parimargitavyam. The supreme state of awareness has to be inquired into, has to be sought after. Parimargita means to be sought after. Yasmin gadam na bhuyaha na nivartanti. Bhuya means again, once you have that view of the unity, spiritual unity, then you will, when you come back to ordinary waking state, you know that that is the reality. You will never be deluded by this multiplicity. Let somebody say anything, this person do whatever you want, the thing bothers you, you become a jivan mukta. Once you have the view of the unity, spiritual unity, even if you come back to waking state, you will not be deluded by the vagaries of the waking state. You will remain absolutely calm and you know that is not the final reality. You know that one. Let people do whatever they want. Let one put garland song, another kick this string, say not. No praise or blame can be. Where praise or praised and blame or blamed are one. Thus be thou calm, sannyasin bold, say Om Tat Sat. Once we have the view of the unity, spiritual unity, then the multiplicity which appears on the surface does not bother us at all. Now, since we don't have the view of the unity, you're only looking at the multiplicity, he is different, she is different, I am different, they are different. Everything other people do bothers us. We don't like the way they speak, we don't like the way they do things, we don't like the way they dress, we don't like the way they treat us. So all these things, multiplicity problem, multiplicity means problem. interrelationship problem, relationship problem. But all these problems will be permanently resolved. You will no longer be bothered by what other people do or say. You will be established in the knowledge of the ultimate spiritual unity. We are all that Paramatma. That conviction will come, experience will come. That is the goal of life. Brahmarupananda, we have to look for that. We have to achieve that goal. Tatah padam tat padam parimargitavyam. Yasmin gata, if you reach that once, punah nanivartanti, then you are no longer bothered by what other people say. Like Avadhuta. You beat him up, he smiles. You take away his things, he smiles. You scold him, he smiles. There was a Avadhuta very recently in Maharashtra. His name was Gajanan Maharaj. Anybody knows about Gajanan Maharaj? Gajanan Maharaj, he was there. In a town called Shegam, I think it's called Shegam. You have been there to Shegam. Ashaji has gone to Shegam. I also had the good fortune of going there. He is not there, Ashrama is there, Samsthana is there. Gajanan Maharaj Samsthana is there. Every day, 6,000 to 7,000 people go there, even now. A small town in Maharashtra. And then everybody who goes there will be given free lunch. No questions asked. That Gajanan Maharaj was an Avadhuta, like Sadashiva Brahmendra Saraswati was an Avadhuta. These Avadhutas are people who are seeing the spiritual unity. And they dwell in that unity. They are no longer bothered by the multiplicity. Let right people to dance, drink, do whatever they want, jump up and down. I am established in the Paramatman, that which I am, your everybody is. They laugh and smile at all the problems the world has, other people. So, once we have the experience of the unity, then no other problem exists in our life. The multiplicity that bothers us every day in our lives right now, all disappear. Multiplicity will have no power, will have no power to give us even the slightest inconvenience. It is always absorbed in joy of the self. Atmananda, Brahmananda. Nobody can take it away. Nothing, no change can happen. Once you have to experience tatah padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata nanivartanti bhoyam. Once you have reached that experience, even if you come back, you will not be bothered by the world. You will not come back to this janjat of this world. This world is a janjat, jamela, or whatever you want to call in any language. This world is a jamela, always problem. If not this, something else. If not that, something else. That domain of problem they will escape once for all permanently. Yasminigata anivartanti bhuya. Tamev chadyam purusham prapadye. Prapadye means I bow down, I take refuge in the Parama Purusha, who is the unity of all. We all culminate in him. He is one. And we all have come from him, we all go back to him, we all dwell in him. This you see, from one unity, multiplicity evolves, appears to, comes in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Those who chant Taittiriya Upanishad. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. I take refuge, I bow down to the Parama Purusha, Supreme Being. Yataha pravrittihi prasata purani. From all this tree of multiplicity has evolved. This idea comes in the Taittiriya Upanishad. It comes in the Gita also. You know where it comes in the Gita. The shloka, you know, all of you know, I have talked about it many times. One reality from which many things will come. 18 chapter shloka 46. One reality, Parama Purusha, from him the whole multiplicity of the universe has evolved. And I will go back to him. His reality. This is temporary phase appearance. Multiplicity is a temporary appearance. Karma Purusha is the ultimate reality, permanent reality. We are that. But we don't know. We think we are the human being. I am separate, you are separate, I am Indian, you are American. This fight. Differences. Like the Avadhuta story. Even if two people are there, argument will come. So that Supreme Purusha Prapadye, I go down to my take refuge in him. So the one reality appearing as the many evolving from the one and going back into the one comes in the 18th chapter 46. You got it, sloka in your book? 18 for Yata Pravrittin Bhutanam Yena Sarvamidam Tatam Swakarmana Tamabhyarcha Siddhim Vindati Manavaha. It also shows the way to experience that ultimate reality, unity. The sloka is important because not only does it say how things are, all multiplicity dissolves into one ultimate reality, but it also tells us how to experience that reality as a solution to the problem also. Second line, Swakarmana tamabhyarcha. What happens? Manava siddhim, in that human being achieves perfection. Perfection means we experience our oneness with the divine. That is perfection. How? By doing all your work as worship. You don't have to go to Himalayas, giving up your family and job and house and everything. You stay where you are, go to work in the same place where you go to work every day. Nothing need be changed, but do all work as worship. Change your attitude towards work. Instead of saying, I have to do this, I am stuck with this, let somebody else do it, I don't like it. This is also, like Brother Lawrence, remember? I remember him often. So, Taittiriya Upanishad passage, which many of you chant, Yatorava imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayanti abhisammishanti tad vijijñāsasva tad brahmeti. Like this, a nice passage is there. Priests in this temple, they chant this passage every day when they do Abhishek. Taittiriya Upanishad, they chant very nicely, they chant, very chanting. There the Rishi says, Yataha means from whom or from which imani bhutani jayante sarvani bhutani. All these beings which we see, multiplicity which we see, they all come from that one ultimate reality. That is the source. Yena jatani bhutani jivanti. All the beings which have evolved, which you are seeing, multiplicity, you are seeing so many people, animals, plants, things and planets and everything. Yena jivanti, by his power, everything is sustained, everything lives, everything functions. Tasya bhasa sarvavidam nibhati, that you know. Yach prayanti abhisamvishanti. At the end of the cycle of existence, everything goes back into the unmanifest form. Merges the ultimate reality. That comes in the Gita also. How does sloka comes in the second chapter? Avyaktadini bhutani Vyaktamadhyani bharata Avyakta nijananyeva Tatraka paridevana. Avyaktadini bhutan. All in this beginning. In the beginning, everything is unmanifested, like trees in the form of a seed. The seed has no leaves and branches and nothing, flowers, nothing in it, just a small seed. But when it evolves, it grows into a big tree. And then tree culminates again, becomes the seed. So this cycle of evolution and evolution is an endless cycle going on, eternally going on. That is the image we get in the scriptures. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. This is very important sloka, sloka number 4. Yatah pravritti prasutta purana. Yatah pravritti bhutanam, yatah pravritti comes here also. Okay? Now we go to the sloka number 5. Nirmana moha sanga dosha Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha samyai Gacchantya muda padamavyayam tad Amuda, subject. What is subject in the sentence? Amuda means wise people. Plural. Amudha. Amudha means a person who does not have clear understanding. Foolish person. In other words, Amudha means a foolish person. Amudha means a wise person who has wisdom. Wisdom here means knowledge of reality. Wisdom does not mean worldly wisdom, experience in some line of work or something. That's another kind of wisdom. In Vedanta, wisdom means knowledge of reality, experience of reality. Those people who are wise, who have the wisdom, amuraha, tat padam avyayam gachanti. Gachanti, see the word gachanti, amuraha combined with amura. Those wise people reach that ultimate state of unity, union with the divine, experience of the divine. What kind of people are they? Nirmana moha. Mana means respect for oneself, egoism, ahankara. Moha means delusion. Nirmanam, means without. Free from egotism and delusion, nirmana moha. Gita sangha dosha. Sangha means attachment. Attachment to everything. Attachment to the body, attachment to my property, attachment to my money, attachment to my family members, attachment to my ashrama or my job or my possessions, everything. Attachment to the city, attachment to the team. You know, these soccer fans in South America, they are so much attached to their team that if their team wins, they celebrate their happiness in destructive ways, beating up the people, fans of the other team which have lost. If the team loses, they again become so angry, they go on a rampage. So that kind of attachment is not healthy. Jita sangha dosha. Dosha means the impurity of attachment they don't have. When conquered, Jita means conquered. They have conquered the impurity of attachment. They are free from delusion and egotism. Adhyatmanitya. Adhyatmanitya means firmly, forever attachment established in the self. Adhyatma means Atman within. That means within. Adhyatma means Atman within, Paramatman within. Nitya, always connected with the self within. Not so much connected with the world outside. We are connected with the world. All the time, 24 hours, except maybe in sleep also some people talk and what. All the time, we are connected with the world. What I have to do tomorrow? What did I do yesterday? What happened 10 years ago? What she said? What he did? This is what we are concerned with. All the time in dream also. But they are not like that. Their mind is always fixed on the Adhyatma. Only thinking about God. I've seen some people, even now, they are not in old and ancient times. Today there are people like that who always think about God. I had the good fortune of seeing a few people. Not many. They always think about it. They are regular people like any of us. They are not great rishis living there. They live in the midst of the household. They are householders with families. But they always think about God. They are active. Nirantara smaran. Unbroken remembrance, recollection of God. Constant recollection of God. There are people who practice that. We can do that. We have to do that. Nirmana moha jite sangha adhyatmanitya vinivritta kama. All desires they have conquered. Kama means desire. Vinivritta kama means free from desires. I want to do this, I want to have that, I want to go there, I want to do this one. Also many desires are there. Different kinds of desires, some good, some bad, some other kinds of desires. But they have no desires. Because desire only means desire for outside objects. Desire to appear young and beautiful, Botox and hair, everything. That's a desire. But they don't care. If the body becomes old, body becomes old. If the dhoti becomes old, I am not going to worry about it. It becomes old. If it does not function properly, put it aside. Why to bother about that one? So they have no desire of any kind. Desire to be praised by other people. They have no system. Nirmanambo, Madhita Sangha Dosha, Adhyatmanitya, Vinivritta Kama, Dvandvai Vimukta, Sukhadukka Samkhyahi Dvandvai Vimukta. Sukhadukka means pain and pleasure. That is duality. We always are stuck in this duality. Sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy. Sometimes jealous, sometimes proud. If I have something that you don't have, then I am proud. If I don't have something that you have, then I am jealous. Always stuck in this duality. Dvandvai Vimukta, Sukha Dukkha Samkhyahi, from the duality of pain and pleasure, Vimukta, they are free. They don't bother about it. Let one thing happen, another thing happen, nothing happens. Eat them no more, how body lives or goes. Its task is done. Let karma floating down. Let one put garlands on, another keep this frame. Say not, no praise or blame can be, but praise or praise and blame or blame are one. Thus be thou calm, sannyas and bold, say, Om, that's at Om. Swami Vivekananda wrote in the Song of Singing. So that is the type of people who experience the unity of all, and once they experience it, they are not bothered by the multiplicity of the world. They have one. Even if they come back, nothing bothers them. They have experienced the unity. Even if once you get that experience, that is permanent. It will never be lost. Worldly experience is not like that. If you have experienced fame, it's not permanent. Tomorrow somebody else may steal the limelight and you will become history. At one point, Michael Jordan was the most well-known, recognized person in the whole world, more than Bill Clinton. They showed in the newspaper. At one time, Michael Jordan was recognized. Even the remote villages in African countries, Air Jordan, some shoes they were wearing, children. Now what happened to Michael Jordan? How many people remember him? He became this part of history. So that fame is very temporary thing. So, jnanis, Jivan Mukta, they don't care for such temporary things. They are established in knowledge of the unity, they are established in knowledge of the self, they are Jivan Muktas, liberated people. When if they live in the body, come back to this worldly life, they are not bothered by the worldly life at all. Free. Nivritta kamaham sukha dukkha samji gacchantya muda. Tat padam gachanti. Avyayam param, they go to supreme abode. Supreme abode is Paramatma. This is a temporary place. This is not our permanent state of existence. Right now we are human beings struggling with life, trying to understand what this is. But once by the grace of God, if we reach the supreme state, Nanivartanti bhuyaham, they will not come back. No rebirth will be there. No problem. They will not come back. Permanent solution. That is the sloka number 5. Okay, now we'll go to sloka number 6. Very interesting sloka. Similar to Kathaparishad sloka which you studied. Number 6. Natadhasayate surjo na shashanko na pavakaha yadgatva nanivartante tadhama paramam mama yadgatva nanivartante. Same thing that came in the earlier sloka. Nanivartanti bhuyaha, sloka number 4. Yasmin gata nanivartanti bhuyaha, those once you reach the supreme state of Paramatman, aware of this, of your divine self, then you will not come back to the domain of ignorance. Ignorance means ignorance of the divine spirituality. Not worldly knowledge. We have worldly knowledge, they are all qualified professional people, but that is Paravidya, knowledge of the self. Once you have knowledge of the self, it will not be lost. It is permanent. As opposed to Aparavidya, knowledge of the world which is temporary. See, supposing a person studies for so many years, does PhD and post-doctoral research and everything, acquires so much knowledge in one field. That knowledge is very good, helpful to the world. It is important, it has to be achieved. But it's not permanent. You know what happens in old age? Everything. Once the person retires, does not go to the lab anymore, then gradually and fairly rapidly, all that knowledge will simply be forgotten because it's not used every day. You are not teaching, you are not doing research. And old age, still old age for some people, dementia comes and they even forget the names of their relatives. If your son goes and stands there, if their child goes and stands there, they will look at you with a blank face. I've seen. It has happened, very, very sad thing happened. Swami Brahmarupananda was such a brilliant speaker and the head of the Vivekananda Vedanta Society in Hyde Park. And I lived with him for some years. He could remember everybody's name. He could remember every sloka, every scripture. He could quote without any notes or anything. Then what happened? So many strokes happened, health failed, and he had severe dementia. He could not even recognize me. If I went and stood in front of him, he would look at me with a blank look. Like this. I was so close. So this is nature of worldly knowledge, not permanent. But Atmajnana, once it comes, it is permanent. Once you gain it, even if the body goes, then jnana will be there. The mind can become old, body can become old, memory of worldly things may go away, but Atma, empty self will remain there. That is Yadgatva. Once having reached there, then you will continue your heart. Again, you don't come back to the domain of ignorance. Permanent. Once if you acquire, it is permanent. But worldly knowledge, worldly acquisitions are not like only good for some time. Next time, supposing somebody has PhD, next time when the person is born, the person cannot say, I postdoc, they have to go from kindergarten, preschool, primary school, 1, 2, 3, 4, ABCD. Then again do PhD in that next life. It is temporary. But Atmajnana, knowledge of the divine, is permanent. Once it is acquired, there is no way that person will come back to the domain of ignorance. Yadgatva nanivartinti bhuyaha tamevachādyam puruṣam prapadye. That Parama Purusha, if we just have his darshanam once, enough, permanent. Anitaji?
It is beyond mind.
Beyond mind, yes. Supramental, beyond. Mind is subject to deterioration, like body. If it's mental knowledge, then it will go also. Forgetfulness will. Not mental. Beyond. Atma-jnanam is beyond mind. So we can understand everything within domain of mind. But what happens beyond that domain, it is difficult. And only by experience we have to know. With the mind, you cannot understand what happens beyond the mind. That is the problem we are having.
That's why I say that we have to go in.
You have to go in, deep into the cell.
Deeper. When you see that light. And suddenly, okay, changes.
Yeah. You have to go beyond the domain of body and mind. As long as you are stuck in the domain of body and mind, that is subject to change, comes and goes. Forgetfulness, loss, everything is what. If you go deep within us, when spirit is there, Paramatman is sitting there, then if you reach him once, then you won't be bothered by the duality again. No ignorance will come to you. So, Jivan Muktas, like Bhagavan Devana Maharshi, Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, all those people, they play the game of the world. They come back to teach. But they won't be affected by the world. Whether you praise them or blame them, or give them money or don't give them money, they don't care. They are established in the Atmajnana. Just nobody can take it away from them. They are permanent. That's their permanent achievement. All worldly achievements are temporary. They will go away also. But spiritual achievement is permanent. One time if you get it, that's it, you have it. Even death will not. Nahanyate hanyamane sharire. When the body goes, Atmajnana will not. Atman will be there. Because Atman is permanent. Nadayate, namayate. No, that we didn't do sloka 6. We chanted it. Natat bhavasayate suryaha. Tatra means in the Atman, or the Atman, that means that Atman, Suryahana bhasayate, sun cannot illumine it. Because sun is illumined by the Atman. Sun cannot go back and illumine the source from which it gets its illumination, from its effulgence. Tat na Surya bhasayate, the sun does not illuminate the Atman. Atman illuminates the sun. All the power that we have, even the ant has the power to crawl on the ground, and the power that people have to do so many things. Where does this all power come from? One source it comes. What is that source? Atman. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. From Atman's effulgence, power, all universe functions. Sun shines by its power, Moon reflects by its power, water flows, animals grow, plants grow, planets evolve. All these things in nature happen by the power of the Atman, present everywhere. So that shloka I remember with the priest stand there. It comes in Mundaka Upanishad, Kandaki Upanishad, it comes in Kata Upanishad, it comes in Shveta Shatara Upanishad. Tatra Suryo Bhati Nachandra Tarakam Nima Vidyuto Bhanti Kutoyam Agnihi Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam Dasya Bhasa Sarvam Idam Vibhati. By his effulgence, his means Atman's effulgence. Idam Sarvam, this whole universe, Idam is this universe. Vibhati shines in Bhagavad. I am speaking because Atman is present within me. Otherwise I will be like this. No activity. I am seeing because of Atman's power within me. All of you are seeing, hearing, doing things because of Atman's power within you. That is the only source of power. Like electricity is the only source, but it manifests itself in different ways in different appliances. But electricity is one. Itself remains unseen. Its effect can be seen. Atman's power cannot be seen, just any more than you can see electricity. But its power is evident by its effect in the world. Natad bhavasete surya, sun cannot shine it, illuminate, because sun's power to illuminate other things comes from the Atman. Na shashankaha tad bhasayate, shashanka means moon. Moon cannot shine it, illuminate. Na pavakaha, fire cannot make it hot, or fire gets its power from Atman to burn, to produce light. Yadgatva, same idea came in the obvious shloka. Nanivartante tadhama paramam, param dhama. Param means supreme, dhama means abode. That supreme abode is mine. Paramatma is saying this. Paramatma is saying this one. Tadhama paramam mama, that supreme abode is mine. Once if you go there, yadgatva, then you check in, but you can't check out. You once seem to go to the domain of the Atman, you will no longer be able to come back to the world, or even if you come back, you will no longer be bothered with it. Permanent achievement. That is beyond the domain of all the sun and moon stars. Sun, moon, stars, everything, they are only in the domain of creation. The creation is not permanent, as it's changing every moment. It goes, involves and evolves. This is not all time. Creation is a process, continuing process. Evolution like this. Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata. But Atman is permanent. That is source of all phenomena in this universe. So sun cannot illuminate because sun's power to illuminate other things comes from the Atman. Yatat bhasete suryaha na shashankaha. Moon cannot also illuminate because moon's power to reflect sun's light comes from the Paramatma, Paramatma. Na bhavakaha bhasayate. Fire cannot illuminate or make it white because fire's power comes from the Atman. Yadgatva, having reached where Bhuya nani vartante, we never come back. We can never come. Once you get knowledge, you will not go back to ignorance again. That is the meaning. Not in a physical sense. Once you get knowledge, you will not come back to ignorance again. Not worldly knowledge. Worldly knowledge you can forget also. So many formulas and equations and theories we learn in science. It's easy to forget it if you don't use it every day. And after retirement and old age, you forget everything. But Atmagana is not like that. Once you get it, Punanani Vartante, it will not be lost properly. Tadhama Paramamama. Paramam means that supreme abode is mind. Now, there is one other shloka we have to go a little bit out of sequence. Yeah. Let us go to shloka. We'll come back, but let us go to shloka number 12. Jiva Mukta. Jiva Mukta Lakshana, you can see it's the Prajna Lakshana in second chapter of Gita. Arjuna asked Bhagavan Sri Krishna, what are the signs of a Sita Prajna? Sita Prajna Syaka Bhasha Samadhistasya Keshava Sthita Kim Prabhashita Imasita Vrajeta 10 to 54. Then Sri Bhagavan Vacham, Prajapati Yada Kama, now 20 slokas until end of chapter. All those Lakshanas also Lakshanas of Jivan Mukta, Lakshanas of Dvandva Mukta, Atmajnani, they all same. Okay? So 12th sloka. Let us do 12 and then next time we'll go back to earlier slokas. Yadadityagatam tejaha jagadbhasayate kilam yachandramasi yachadnau tattejo vidhi mamakam Tasya bhasa SwamiB Mebati, you know the sloka very well. All the power that manifests in the various things in the universe, anywhere there is any indication of power, is all God, comes from one source, that is Paramatma. Even the power of the ant to move, carry 1 grain of sugar, and the heavyweight lifter who lifts 500 pounds, does bench press 500 pounds, 10 repetition, where do they get their power? The power of the sun to shine, the power of the moon to reflect sun's light, making it to cool, soothing light, moonlight, power of fire to burn, where do they all get their power? It all comes from one source, and that is source of Paramatma. So Tattejo Mamakam Vidhi, Mamakam means mind. Adityagatam Tejaha, Aditya means sun. That effulgence, brightness, that is in the sun, Akilam Jagat Bhasayate, that illumines the whole world. Yet Chandramasi, Chandrama means moon. Yet Teja Chandramasi, that effulgence which is in the Chandra, in the moon. Yacha Agnav, and that power which is in the Agni, fire. Tat Tejaha, that effulgence, that power, Mahamakam Tejaha Vidhi. Know that all to be my power. Bhagavan is saying. So we should remember, if everything is going on well now, we should not be proud of it, because in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, Harati Nimeshat Kala Sarva. Shankaracharya says, Ma Kuru Dhana Jana Yauvana Garvam Harati Nimeshat Kala Sarvam Maya Mayamidam Asilam Hitva Brahma Padam Tam Pravishvi. Don't be proud. We should not be proud if I have something good in me, something going on well for me, because in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, Nimeshat Kala Sarvam Harati. It's all God's service. So that is the sloka number 12 here. Yachandramasi Yachadnav Tattejo Vidhi Mamakam.
Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramaradhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande